we're actually talking about Dandadan, chapter 196. And I'm going to toss this one over to Brian.
All right, Aiden. All right, hold on. Okay. So chapter begins with everybody kind of buckled into their seats after various frozen sharks have penetrated the ship's hull or ship's cabin. Everybody's kind of have their whatever it's called, the mask thing, for like
the oxygen mask.
Yeah, the oxygen masks and stuff. The murderous family looks pretty pissed off about the whole situation. Granny takes off the mask to kind of relay some information to Momo and Jin. And she's laying down the groundwork. She goes, first, Momo, you use your powers to fish for the flying sharks, and then we'll have Jin use a Kamehameha to shoot it towards the typhoons. But essentially their plan is that they're going to send the sharks towards the water below the typhoon to disperse it. Christian actually brought this up, I think, last week or the week before. I'm not sure. So if they continuously shoot these frozen sharks towards the base of the typhoon, they'll directly lower the temperature of the seawater and the typhoon will dissipate. And Granny goes to go pilot the plane. Sure, I hope she knows how to actually fly a plane. That would be pretty handy. So after she breaks down the plan, Momo and Jin go to kind of get the plan in action, or to actually set it in motion. So Momo goes out and snipes one of those flying sharks and brings it closer, and in a fucking beautiful fucking like, what is this called? A half page spread? It's not a full page spread,
no,
right?
It's not a full 2-page spread, but it's a big 2-page panel.
A giant 2-panel spread of like the shark torpedoing away from the fucking plane, which is beautifully drawn. And as they're kind of watching the shark fade into the typhoon, they're both kind of like have a hand over their fucking foreheads, kind of looking as far as they can to see what happened. But it looks like this is going to take a lot more than just one shark to take care of the problem. And then we cut back to the murder family, and they start to think about what they're going to do. One of her sons goes, "What should we do? Do we kill him?" And she goes, "Nah. As it stands, we're up shit creek right with him." And she goes, she goes to destroy, like, I guess the floor below them to get to like the cargo, and she uses her special move, Jennifer Lopez Anaconda. And then she drops down into the cargo hold, and
that was a real movie, by the way.
Yes,
Jennifer Lopez was in a movie called Anaconda.
The author literally just watched the movie and was like, "That's going to be a move in my manga."
Yeah, this was part of his research. And she pulls out a cologne bottle called Eau de Worm. Eau de Worm. And she goes, "Be realized, be granted, our dearest wish. Be realized, be granted. Come forth, arise." And the giant fucking worm from the Evil Eye arc shoots out of the top of the fucking plane, and it is absolutely fucking ginormous. And Jin goes, the Mongolian worm, the Mongolian death worm. And Momo goes, but how? I thought we beat that thing. And she goes on to say, the great serpent we served 200 years growing to its massive size was killed by Momo Ayase, but the great serpent's will lives on. By some miracle, we found our giant serpent's eggs. We hatched one of the worms and fed it livestock to make it huge. And she continues on to say that
what the fuck is wrong with them?
These guys are weird, bro.
Since they didn't feed it humans,
look at how they're on the worm, like how they're riding the worm. They're like,
yeah, they are riding it outside of the fucking plane right now.
If you see that one panel,
realized.
it's so funny. They're literally like hugging it.
So because they didn't feed the worm humans, it can't use the suicide psych waves or the electric shock attacks or the poisonous mist. And Jin kind of asks, I don't know how they can hear him ask this, but he asks, how did they bring the giant worm along? And she says, easy peasy. When you dry out a giant serpent, it folds up and packs away easily. And you just sprinkle a little bit of water on it, and voila, it's back.
This shit is crazy.
And Jin goes, shit, we don't got time to be dealing with that right now, as he's preparing a Kamehameha to shoot into the worm. But Momo stops him and sees that the worm is eating the sharks, eating the frozen sharks. As the old lady goes, great serpent, please eat your fill and then spit those sharks at the detestable typhoon. Shoot them all out. And now we get a full 2-page spread of the giant serpent worm machine gunning all of these frozen sharks towards the typhoon. And that's where the chapter ends. Chris, what are your thoughts?
I don't even know where to begin, bro. This series is so fucking funny. I'm looking at this 2-page spread, and it still makes me laugh how they're like holding on to the worm. They're all just awkwardly hugging.
Their legs are wrapped around. They're harnessing this shit.
Yeah, it doesn't even seem like their grip is particularly strong. They're just like kind of just around it in a very funny way. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what really to make of this. I enjoy it. It's not bad by any means. It makes me laugh, but I don't even know how to analyze something like this in the same way that we do a lot of other series. I feel like Dandadan's difficult in that degree. It's so nuts and very entertaining. But I've been enjoying it. I really like this chapter. Any series that uses a Jennifer Lopez movie as an attack name might actually is definitely worth consideration. Yeah, this family is. I love how weird this fucking family is and how like they don't seem to give a shit. They're just like, what? This is normal, you know. But yeah, I don't know what to make of this in the best way possible. It's Dandadan, and it's very funny. And that's all I really have to say about it. Josh, what did you think?
So I'm going to run down a few panels because this week had a bunch of those really good ones too.
Yeah.
So it's not exactly a panel, but if you go to the very first page and look at the top panel, to the right of the anaconda lady with the afro, you see this guy kind of like staring off to the side. I mean, and his face got busted in. I don't know when exactly it happened, but he's in rough condition. And then you kind of look at the rest of the passengers and everybody's kind of, I forgot there was a whole fight before this. So I thought that was really funny. But he's just, I don't know. When I looked at him, he just seems like someone else just trying to hold it all together, realizing the situation he's in. I think he's the person dealing with everything the worst
Yeah.
right now. Kind of like the barrier guy from Kagurabachi. But he's keeping it in because he knows that the lady next to him will probably kill him for complaining. So there's that panel, right? We already said about the shark beam being shot into the tornado. I thought that was hilarious too. So okay, my favorite panel of this whole chapter, her vacuum sealing the worm to bring it onto the plane. I mean,
she has like a dehumidifier or some shit that's drying it out.
Yeah, like she says, like, because one of them asks like a very sane question: how did you bring this giant snake on the plane? Because we can explain all this other supernatural shit happening, but not that. And she gives a nice explanation.
It's like an airbed.
And just sprinkle water on it. Yeah. I mean, then the snake Gatling machine gun, they're like, yeah, the worm is nerfed because it's not eating people, but it's perfect for this situation.
Yeah, it can still machine gun sharks out of its mouth.
This new season of Dandadan did not treat our worm very nicely. Hopefully in the next season, it will get buffs. Perhaps a new team up. And I will relax with the Rivals references. Brian, you had any thoughts on this chapter?
The art, fucking amazing. The comedy, classic Dandadan. This is just a pretty straightforward, fun chapter. You look forward to it every week because it's going to be fucking ridiculous insaneness. But aside from that, no, not many thoughts. This is a great chapter. Fun fucking read.